Yes, yes, I'm Mina SayWhat, live from Radio 103.9 in New York, broadcasting for Cumulus Media. You know this face, you know the name, you know the voice. It's Robin Thicke joining us today. Woo! Can we get a round of applause? I feel like there needs to be like an applause track here. Yeah. How are you? You look great. You look the same.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's amazing. How do you put your hair together? Your hair is always the same. Like,
well, I think it's just muscle memory at this point. It just kind of knows where I want it to go.
Right. So you're back with new music.
Yes.
Excited about that?
You've
been focusing on the family a little bit.
Yeah.
So tell us about the music.
Well, just, I had a couple years where I was working with a bunch of other people and trying to find it. And then after my father passed a couple years ago, I had some new, had a lot of feelings, a lot of things I wanted to do different than what I was making.
Right.
And once I got the couple songs that I felt at least honored him or, that I got those feelings out, then I got back into making some celebration music. And so after these first couple songs, there's going to be a lot of fun, feel-good type stuff.
I see. So how do you think that, you losing your father kind of helped you learn, or did you grow from it? Was it a difficult time?
You grow slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing is just the surprise, because it was so sudden, and he was such a vibrant, charming, light of the room type of a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it just took some time for me creatively, because I wanted to honor him in such a special way. But then I wrote some corny songs, or I wrote some things that just weren't special enough. And then this song, That's What Love Can Do, and the other song, Testify, that I put out in December, really kind of embodied how I felt at the time and helped me get through that cathartically.
Yeah. So the music moving forward is a combination of your feelings and what you've been going through.
No, it's more like a song-by-song thing.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, mostly, I love making soulful music. I'm a soulful singer and soulful guy. So, I just try to write as soulful music as possible. But then every once in a while, you got to have some club bangers. You got to get on the dance floor and shake it and celebrate and not talk about something so serious. And, so there's a balance of some serious and love songs, and then the rest of it is just you got to let it all go and enjoy your life.
Yeah. So what's the album called? Do you have an album coming out?
I do have an album, probably we're thinking September.
Yeah.
And but the title, I'm still kind of, the title I don't want to give away until it's right at the last moment, so I know it's the right title.
Right. You've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
What do you think has changed the most that's surprising?
Well, obviously, social media has changed everything for the better, in my opinion, as far as an artist. I mean, so many artists ask me, well, how can I get this, or how can I get a break? And now it's just, you just have to do it. You can find your audience. You can connect with your fans. Even if you only have a few hundred fans, you can connect directly with them. They can spread the word. So I think it's a very exciting time for music.
How has it affected you?
Well, less money. There's a lot less money these days in making music. But, I actually have been kind of late on the social media thing, being an old school cat,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just now starting to utilize and see the importance of how on a daily basis you can connect with people.
Right. In analyzing your recent life in the past couple of years, you had this height of blurred lines,
Mm-hmm.
and then the divorce with Paula, and then having a baby, and now
two
girls, and an engagement. I mean, how are you emotionally? I feel like that's just a roller coaster.
Well, no, it's just life. I mean, you have ups and downs. I had a pretty smooth ride, most of the, because it was gradual upswing, and then blurred lines, and then you have some problems at home and all those kind of things. And then my father passing, my house burned down last year.
It's craziness. That's what I'm saying.
But I have a son and now two daughters. And so for my son, I have to be an example. I have to, if we lose our home, I have to keep him laughing, keep him smiling, teach him what's really important is that we're healthy and we have each other, and we'll find a roof. And
we'll buy a house.
We'll get some food, and everything will be okay again. And
how do you explain that to a child? Like, all your stuff is gone, but we have love.
Well, luckily in his situation, he has his mom's house, so he didn't lose both of his homes. So, but it wasn't easy for him. But I think that's when he got to see his father at his best. Is the way I handled that situation.
Right. Blurred.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little warm in here.
Yeah.
Can I have a tissue just to pat my?
Yeah. God forbid the hair runs flat. I have leather on. I'm probably radiating heat right now.
It's a halo. And it's just a small closed room.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So, Blurred Lines hit like this massive peak in your career.
Yes.
Do you sit there and try to recreate that, or you're just happy?
Yeah, well, I think at first that was what I was talking about when I, after that, I went to work with a bunch of the hottest producers and writers and all that stuff. But that's never really been my thing. I've always written and produced my own music, I mean, besides a few songs with Pharrell or something like that. So I felt like I was chasing a hit, trying to make another hit, but then it loses heart, it loses individuality too.
Right.
So the new music, for better or worse, is definitely my music.
Yeah.
This album, I've been working on it for a few years, but it's definitely from the gut.
Yeah. I feel like the lawsuit dragged on forever.
Oh, it still is.
Like, it's still? I thought it was done.
No, I mean, there's still some fine tuning or whatever. I mean, it's just been a headache.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I thought they'd already wrapped it up. And
most of it is wrapped, yeah. But I've still been told by lawyers that there's one other thing and there's one court of appeal, and it's just,
oh, so you're appealing
I
at
don't know.
You're like, whatever gets us the most money.
or spends the least money.
Right. But you have this massive success now, and you get to live and tell the truth. Tell the tale.
Cares? Yeah, I mean, really, the most important thing is the joy that song brings people when I perform it. Like, still, as soon as boom, 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 everybody get up, the whole crowd goes nuts, and that's why we do it, is to create those feelings and that kind of joy, and then get it sent back to you from the audience.
Well, it's a massive wedding song too. I feel like every wedding I go, it's like, I know you want it. I'm like, come on. So, you were on The Masked Singer.
Yes.
Right? You're the judge. Did you foresee T-Pain?
No, I never. T-Pain was one of the very few that I had no idea. I was so sure that it was an athlete.
Really?
Who we didn't know could sing. I just didn't assume that it was an actual singer, because I figured, well, I would know this voice if he was an actual singer. You know? And I've worked with T-Pain. I've done shows with T-Pain. And so that one will always get at me. But I was really happy for the show and happy for him, because he's a wonderful person. And I thought it really helped legitimize the show. I mean, the last episode, having Gladys Knight and T-Pain on our show really spoke to how much fun it was. And
I think it really helped him kind of rebrand himself with an audience and show like how good of an artist he is. Well, sometimes,
and I read an article about it. He was saying, that he was very sensitive, and that when the death of autotune and some of those things, everybody was trying to get rid of it, that it hit him pretty hard, know. And as artists, we are pretty sensitive people,
Right.
And so I understand that, because after the Paula album and the lawsuit and some of that stuff, I kind of retreated a little bit. And people start calling you names on social media and stuff like this, and I was a little like, man, I've never been called names since high school.
These damn trolls.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing like this since. So it took me a little time to build up my own strength to that, because I'd never really had any negativity around me. But once you get that thick skin, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly. And now you're engaged, father of three.
Engaged.
How did you guys meet? I don't know that story.
From ear to ear.
What's the story? How did you guys meet?
We met at a Labor Day white party.
Oh, them damn white parties.
And she was fresh out of a bad relationship. I was fresh out of a tough relationship.
And an album.
And an album. It was right after the album. I wasn't feeling myself at the time. But I met her at a party, and then a couple weeks later, my buddy was telling me, you should get an Instagram account. I didn't even have one at the time.
Right.
And he's like, at least create a dummy account so you can follow your friends and see what they're doing. So I created a dummy account and started following a few friends. And I see a picture of one of my girlfriends with her from the white party. And so I hit her up and I go, oh, who was that girl? What's her name? I remember meeting her. I thought she was really, pretty. And so she said, oh, it's April. And I said, can you ask her if I can have her number and give her a call sometime? So she said, sure. So I got her number. Of course, I never called.
Right.
I never called.
You just let it sit there?
Yeah, I just, some other stuff came up. And then about a month later, I saw her at a nightclub at One Oak, actually, in Los Angeles. And she was, she's like 6 feet tall. So she's dancing on the couch next to me. And
she's like statuesque.
I was like, hi, I'm Robin. Nice to meet you. And she goes, you never called me.
Oh.
I was like, oh. Well, all right then. That was you?
I love that. At least you didn't slide in her DMs.
No. I
Normally
kept
what
it
happens.
smooth.
Right.
No, I kept it smooth. It's
This
like,
is
got to
old
be in
school.
person. Got to be in
Right.
person.
Can
So,
I please have her number?
And then never called. You know?
Right.
So I was looking gangster when she saw me. She was like, you never called me. And I was like, uh-oh, you're tall and pretty.
So the first date was what? Where did you take her?
Well, actually, we kind of... we kind of fell rather quickly. I don't think she ever left after the first time she came over.
She just moved in.
She just moved right in. Yeah.
You gave her more than a drawer.
Yeah, I think our first official date was weeks later, but she was already living there.
I love that.
She was fun, man. You know, and but I think our first official date was Nobu. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Very classy man. So now you're about to be engaged. Are you planning a wedding, or is it like, I'll let her?
We got
do
some
it?
time. No, we're gonna take our time
okay.
before the actual wedding. I just wanted to honor her as much as I could.
Right.
as
She has
early
two
as
of
I
your
could.
kids.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
might as well.
And she's an amazing mother.
How has having two daughters changed you? Because I feel like
It does,
a
you
lot
know?
of men start reevaluating their personal choices with women when they have a lot of women around them or little girls.
Definitely. I mean, a woman told me recently, a friend of mine, she said, the first man that your daughters will ever love is you.
Right.
So the relationship you have with them will help dictate the rest of their relationships with men. So that I really took that to heart, and I was like, and just like I try to make the very best album I can or try to make the very best son that I can, it's the same thing with my daughters. I see them as, I want them to be empowered and independent and, everything that I would want my son or myself to be. And so now I see it as an exciting project, to build up incredible, strong, powerful, independent women.
Yeah. Do you take them to work with you?
Well, Lola's only 10 weeks,
Right,
so
right. She just had the
can't
baby.
even be around until she gets all the shots or whatever. She can't be too many places. Mia, I couldn't really bring her. I brought her to the set for Masked Singer, but I work at home most of the time. So Mia loves to come in the studio, my 1-year-old, and she'll just dance. And she loves to say hi to all the boys. She comes in and waves at all the guys.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
All right. Well, look at you, father of 3, about to be married, music coming out.
Yep.
God bless you, sir. You have a
Thank
lot
you.
to balance.
I'm very lucky, very happy. very
Absolutely.
blessed.
Well, it's nice to talk to you. It's nice to see you in good spirits.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to the album. When is it coming out around?
I think in September.
September.
Yeah.
All right. No title yet, but we do have songs.
Yes.
Okay.
Robin Thicke Untitled Project.
All right. And they can tweet you? What do they do? Can they do you
just put my name into some just put at Robin and it'll
do
show.
you block people? Do you respond?
No. I don't really get much. I mean, Twitter people are crazy negative. You know what I mean? I gave up Twitter 6 years ago. I was like, forget that. I won't even talk to none of y'all. But Instagram I like because you get to promote the positive things in your life, because when there was a lot of negativity out there, at least I was feeling it. I was like, you know what? I want to show people, how happy and kind and loving and beloved I am.
Right. You also have a very recognized voice. Like any voiceover work.
I've done some of those things, but I'll get into more of that as it goes along. Right now I've got plenty on my plate.
Right. You have 3 kids, a soon-to-be wife, and a project.
This is the longest I've gone without putting out an album since I've put out an album. I put out 7 albums in 10 years.
Wow.
So it's been 5 years now since I put out an album. Yeah. So
and
I'm
in
very
today's
excited
world,
about
5 years is like 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people want music like this. So,
Absolutely.
well, we'll be.
But I don't want to put out nothing semi. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's got to be.
You want to
good.
smash,
It's gotta be
right.
hot.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Robin Thicke, I'm Mina SayWhat, broadcasting here from Radio 103.9 live in New York for Cumulus Media.